edition of the Unstoppable Dynamics channel of reactions here on this channel. So today we have WWE NXT results for you guys. WWE will deliver an action-packed episode of WWE NXT 2.0 on August 2nd. So we have NXT Women's Tag Team Championship, Toxic Attraction versus Ivy Nile, and Tatum Paxley versus Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance versus Valentina Flores and Yulisa Leon. Paxley and Carter start the bout before Jane tags in. Toxic Attraction gains up on Paxley and gains the early advantage. Nile tags in and takes control. She drops Dolan with a clothesline and double teams her with Paxley. Feroz enters the match and takes the fight to Carter. Feroz and Leon are rolling as they continue to ground Carter. A super kick gives Carter breathing room, and Chance dives onto Paxley and Nile at ringside. Leon throws Perez onto everyone at ringside. She dives onto everyone and rolls Carter into the ring. Nile tags in and drills Feroz with a stiff shot to eliminate her. Nile and Paxley continue to control the action by isolating Chance. Jane sneaks in and manages to sneakily pin Paxley, eliminating her and Nile in the process. The two teams go back and forth. Jane drills Carter with a stiff shot to the face. Toxic Attraction gets a 2 count on Carter. With a double team maneuver, Chance gains the upper hand, but Dolan dumps her with a suplex. Carter breaks up a pin attempt, and all 4 women are down. Chance and Carter rally. Chance dives onto Dolan at ringside. A 450 splash earns Chance the win. Your winner and new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Backstage, Josh Briggs and Brooks Johnson are asked who's next for him. Johnson says he's still waiting for his first. Joe Gacy and the Doyad interrupt. Gacy notes that Johnson is a second-generation wrestler. Unlike Cameron Grimes, the Doyad say they have a road map and Briggs and Johnson are lost. Gacy says he'd be happy to meet him in the ring tonight so he can deliver his message. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams come to the ring because Hayes is holding an open challenge. Williams says they're out there because it's Hayes' birthday. He says he makes moves, and the move for tonight is the open challenge. Giovanni Vinci answers the call, but before he can reach the ring, Nathan Fraser runs past him to take his spot in the match. Vinci joins the broadcast team. NXT North American Championship, Carmelo Hayes versus Nathan Fraser. The two men feel each other out with some fast-paced offense early on. Fraser pulls Hayes groin first into the ring post. Hayes hits the fadeaway leg drop for a 2 count. The champion takes control and hits a springboard clothesline. Fraser slams him face first into the turnbuckle, sending Hayes to the outside. Fraser takes the fight to Hayes and drills him with a super kick for a 2 count. Hayes crashes onto the broadcast table right in front of Vinci, who then trips Fraser off the top rope. Thanks to the distraction, Hayes hits the nothing but net for the win. Your winner and still NXT North American Champion, Carmelo Hayes. A video package hypes up Solo Sikoa and his background as a fighter. NXT Championship Heatwave Summit. NXT Champion Braun Breaker and JD McDoge discuss their upcoming title match. McDoge says Breaker's passion is a stimulation as he sees a fire in his eyes and he wants to stomp it out, it should say. He says that when he looks at Breaker, all he sees is a map for the pain that he can inflict. He vows to tear Breaker's muscles off his bone and win the title. Breaker says McDoge might be the smartest superstar he's ever stepped in the ring with. He notes that everyone has a plan until he breaks them in half. Breaker declares that when the title is on the line, he's an animal. And he's going to hurt McDoge. The challenger says he believes Breaker, but the difference is that he personally welcomes the pain. He refuses to sign the contract and tells Breaker to sign it first. He does, and McDoge signs it in his own blood. McDoge extends a bloody handshake offer, but Breaker instead raises the title. The Creed brothers are training at their gym. Apollo Crews walks in and says they should watch their backs because not everything is what it seems. The Creed brothers understand and say they're focused on the match. Oh, guys, sorry. Damon Kemp arrives and says Roderick Strong is late, but he'll be there in time for the match. The Creeds are upset because they have to game plan. Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are screaming backstage because they're upset after their loss. Mandy Rose walks in and she's distraught too. They shout at Mackenzie Mitchell when she tries to interview them. She tries to console her stablemates. Non-title match. Mandy Rose versus Saray. Rose and Saray feel each other out, and the latter gains the upper hand. She rocks Rose with a dropkick. Rose takes control and kicks Saray a glam slam like counter, earns Rose a 2 count. Saray fires up with a dropkick. Saray takes Rose down with a drop toe hold and floors her with a missile drop kick. A fisherman suplex earns Saray a 2 count. Rose plants her with a spinebuster. She hits her with a big boot and pins her for the win. Your winner, Mandy Rose. After the match, Rose gets a chair and attacks Saray's leg with it. Zoe Starks makes the save and clears Rose from the ring. A video package highlights Tiffany Stratton's athletic background. She notes that she couldn't stand losing the Battle Royal because she's not a loser. In a backstage interview, Exam discussed winning his debut. Duke Hudson interrupts and says Exam I don't know. XM, I'm just gonna say XM. Is undersized. He contrasts the two of them and says it's night and day. Exam says he's not afraid of him. Hudson attacks him and they just start brawling throughout the backstage area. They battle onto the stage and Hudson slams Exam back first into the apron. He rolls him into the ring and kicks him a few times. Hudson hits a spinning slam. Where's the security and all that stuff? Grabbing a microphone, he tells everyone not to believe in their heroes because they're always let you down. Exam gets a microphone and challenges Hudson to a match. Duke's Hudson versus Exam. Hudson knocks Exam off the top rope and sends him crashing to the floor. Exam kicks Hudson's leg and zeroes in on it with a drop kick. Hudson slams Exam to the mat. He grounds the masked man. Exam counters a razor edge and rolls Hudson up for the win. Your winner, Exam. Oh, come on. We're doing so great without no fucking next page. God damn it. Why? Now it's going to be fucking slow. In an interview, Wesley discusses his loss to Trick Williams and takes issues with the way Trick Williams seemingly thinks he's the next Muhammad Ali. He dares Lee to meet him in the ring next week in a match that will combine Williams' boxing and Lee's wrestling. NXT Tag Team Championship. The Creed Brothers as champions with Damon Kemp versus Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. D'Angelo and Julius start the bout. Julius gains the upper hand, and when Lorenzo tags in, the champions double team him. D'Angelo tags back in and he hits a modified suplex. Lorenzo takes the fight to Julius, and the D'Angelo family duo maintains the upper hand. Julius tries to rally, but Lorenzo grounds him. Brutus fires up and sends Lorenzo to the outside. The D'Angelo family member slams Brutus' hand into the steel steps. D'Angelo steps on the hand and proceeds to stomp on it. D'Angelo suplexes Brutus, and Lorenzo continues to target his hand. Brutus rocks Lorenzo with a boot to the face. Julius makes the hot tag and tosses D'Angelo with a few suplexes. He catches the Don with a drop kick, and both men are down. After they kick each other, Lorenzo pulls Brutus off the apron, and the powerhouse smashes him. Elektra Lopez hands a crowbar to D'Angelo, but Santos Escobar arrives and hits him with it. Creed drills D'Angelo with a forearm for the win. Your winners and still NXT Tag Team Champions, the Creed Brothers. In a promo, Roxanne Perez discusses Cora Jade betraying her and crushing their friendship. She says their friendship meant more than the titles, and she never wants to be associated with Jade again. Perez says she was always there when Jade needed her. She says that she's angry. She wants to settle it once and for all, by facing Jade in 2 weeks at Heatwave. In an interview, Jade responds and says no thanks, noting that Perez wants to use her to elevate her name. Mandy Rose walks up and says Zoe Stark needs to be stopped, referencing how Jade attacked her last week. Rose counters her to do it again. Jade declines, but Rose says that if Jade takes Starks out, she'd get the title shot. Jade tells her she'll give it some thought. Backstage, Katana, Chance, and Kaden Carter are emotional as they discuss their title win. Kaden Carter says they've never stopped, no matter what, which makes this moment that much sweeter. Brooks Jensen with Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley versus Joe Gacy with the Dyad. Gacy and Jensen lock up and the latter gains the advantage with a flurry of offense. He kicks Gacy, but the advocate of inclusion chops him and clotheslines him in the corner. He drills Jensen with a right hand. Gacy slams Jensen to the mat and gets a 2 count. Jensen nails Gacy with a spinning heel kick. The Dyad approaches Henley at ringside, and Briggs confronts them. Pretty Deadly run to the ring, and while Jensen fights them off, Gacy blindsides him and pins him. Your winner, Joe Gacy. Oh my god, how much more? Oh my god, this is so long. In a promo, Gacy says Grimes' life has been divided, and the only way to change your life is through to help of others. He says that he can give Grimes that what he has been missing. The camera pans backstage where Grimes is watching the message, and he walks away. Backstage, Tony D'Angelo and Stax discuss Laredo's betrayal. Escobar calls him and says they're almost even. He says they can't work for each other, and they can't work together. D'Angelo says this has to end, and Escobar agrees to one final accord. Lash Legend versus Alibay Frey. Legend and Frey takes the fight to each other. Legend levels Frey with a big boot. She stretches Frey across her back and continues to control the bout. Legend slams Frey to the mat. During the match, the broadcast team announces that Roderick Strong took to Twitter to congratulate the Creed brothers, and Apollo Crews responded by telling him to stay away from them. Frey knocks Legend off the top, but the latter dodges a dive. Frey blasts her with 2 kicks and hits the gory bomb. She hits a swanton bomb for the win. Alba Frey. Oh my god, are you serious? Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams are leaving, and they stumble onto some woman whose car broke down. Hayes and Williams help them out. In a promo, Nikita Lyons says she saw Kiana James' presentation. She says she has dealt with people like James her entire life, and tells her that she's not changing for anybody. Lyons tells James that if she has a problem with that, she can meet her in the ring next week. Falls Count Anywhere, Von Wagner versus Solo Sikoa. Sikoa. Let's just say Sikoa. Wagner and Sikoa immediately take the fight to each other, and the brawl spills to the outside. Sikoa slams Wagner to the mat and takes control. Wagner sends Sikoa crashing into the steel steps. Wagner tosses a chair into the ring and hits Sikoa with another. He hits Sikoa's back with a chair again and slams him onto the steel. Wagner continues to control with the match as he power slams Sikoa onto 2 chairs. Sikoa rallies and plants Wagner on the broadcast table with a Samoan drop. The 2 men fight up the ramp and wind up outside. Should be wound up outside, where Carmelo Hayes is by the ladies' car, maybe. Sikoa shoves Hayes into the car. Wagner tosses Sikoa into a dumpster and closes the lid. Sikoa escapes and throws a bag of trash at Wagner. Sikoa slams Wagner into a garbage door. They brawl back into the building and knock over Cameron Grimes. Wagner slams Sikoa through a table. Sikoa sprays Wagner with a fire extinguisher. The action winds up back in the ring. Sikoa blasts Wagner with a kick and hits a Samoan drop. He drills Wagner with a chair a few times. He slams Wagner onto the steel steps for a 2 count. Robert Stone stops Sikoa from diving off the top, and the interference gives Wagner enough time to rally. Sikoa floors Wagner with a kick and lays him out on the broadcast table. He heads up top and hits a splash through the table for the win. Your winner, Solo Sikoa. And thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so that guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. Guys, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's reaction of AEW Dynamite. I'm unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here, and if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy ass bitch motherfucker.